Let's go back into audition a little bit. You mentioned something in the email about the process of an audition. Anybody know what slaving is?
We will. That's actually a topic we're going to be talking about later this semester, so carry on.
Okay.
Beautiful.
When you walk in, first of all, when does the audition start?
When you walk in the door.
Very good. When does it end?
When you walk out the door.
Right. Now, let's just delve into this a little bit more. You walk in the door, and I'm taking notes at the door. I'm writing your name down. I'm making sure you're checked in. If you're shitty to me, I might be the person that the director says, how was Ann Lizette when she came in? She was kind of a bitch.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah.
That happens. So you are on from the minute you walk in until the minute you leave. When you sit down in the audition room and there's all these people here, and somebody comes over to you and says, Serena, hi, how you been? What's been going on? Have you been working? You need to say as politely as possible, you know what, I would love to chat with you, but I have to prepare for this audition. Let's have coffee afterwards. Here's what, some people are just very friendly, and some people are pricks.
Yep.
And they want to throw you off your game because you're competing with all these other people for that role. If I can come in and throw you off your game by getting you to talk about something else and you don't have time to do all your prep, you go in there and you trash the audition. And it happens.
Oh, God.
And you don't be nasty about it. Just, boy, I'd love to catch up with you. Let's grab coffee after the audition. I'll wait for you. But I need time to prepare. Prepare. Which is the basic tenet of acting. If you go into the audition and you're not prepared, you're going to screw it up. And I do it all the time. I go into auditions and I make a mistake. It happens. You got to be prepared. You got to be focused. What's your job that day? Your job is to be an actor for that 10 minutes you're auditioning and the 15 minutes you're waiting in the waiting room before. That's your job. You can't go in drunk. You can't go in high. You can't go in a little buzzed. You got to go in like it's your job. If you're smoking a little pot before you go into an audition because it relaxes you, you're throwing the opportunity away. If you've got an audition tomorrow morning and you go out tonight and you get hammered, you're throwing your opportunity away. It doesn't pay everyone. Hollywood is full of actors who get stoned and drive their car and rack it up and all that stuff. I'll tell you what, if I'm auditioning, somebody comes in and they're buzzed, or I hear that they like to go out and get hammered at night on the weekends, I'm not hiring them for my production. Because I don't want to lose somebody in the middle of my production. I get halfway through a $30 million film, and my actor puts himself in the hospital because he drinks. Not going to happen. Insurance won't allow it, number one, but I'm not going to take on that. Now I got to reshoot the whole damn movie because Heath Ledger killed himself with sleeping pills. Well, that didn't happen in that case, but think about what if that happened in the middle of that film? They didn't have all this stuff. Watch Giant. James Dean died right toward the end of Giant. They have to film, the last scene was not James Dean when he walks into the church or whatever it is. They had to make do, but they had shot the whole movie before then. Your job as an actor is to be clear-headed and sharp when you audition and when you go on the job. When I hire you, you better be there every morning because I will fire you if you're late one day. If one day on the set of my movie, you decide to go to the bathroom and you don't check out with my AD, you're fired. Your job is to act for me. It isn't to party, it isn't to hang out, it isn't to goof off with your friends. It's to come to the set prepared every day and do that every day until the film is done. Until you're released on wrap day. And I will fire you if you don't do that. Okay? I'm clear about that? Okay, so you walk into the audition. You walk into the room, and the guy who's auditioning you puts out his hand. He's not putting out his hand to shake your hand, more than likely. He's putting out his hand to get your headshot. I don't want to shake hands of 150 actors. I don't have enough disinfectant for my hands. I don't know what you're coming into it. I'm not shaking your hand. Give me your headshot. Now, some of them, you kind of have to be aware of what's going on. You'll know whether they want to shake your hand or whether they're asking for your headshot. You'll have a good sense of that. Maybe you've already given your headshot to the receptionist outside. Then in that case, if he puts out his hand or she puts out her hand, go ahead and shake her hand. But this is not about, it's not about making pleasantries. This is their job, to find the best person for the role. When you go into an audition, the one thing you need to keep in mind is they want you to get that job. They want you to be the right person for the job. Because guess what? Stephanie, if you're the right person for the job, I don't have to see everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to be the one.
Yep.
So you have to keep in your mind, they want me to be good. How many times have you, I do speaking, I do motivational speaking, I speak to corporations. And I tell them, they want you to be good as a speaker. How many people in the room, when I walk in, how many people said, geez, I hope this guy is good? Everybody says that. Because nobody wants to sit through an awful presentation or an awful audition. They want to be blown away by you. And I'll tell you what, if you do your work, if you're clear-headed, if you're not hungover or buzzed, if you've done all your prep, if you've made interesting choices, bold choices, even if they're the wrong choice, if you make bold choices, I'm going to love it. And I'm going to say, wow, I don't need to see anybody else. So they say, okay, come on in here. Any questions? If you have questions, ask them. If there's a word in the script that you don't know how to pronounce, ask it. You know, I'm not familiar with this word. How do you pronounce that? Oh, that's was. Oh, okay, thank you. Ask. You don't want to get in the middle of it and realize, oh my God, I forgot to ask. Oh, can I break for a second? On camera, a lot of times when they start the camera, if you're doing an on-camera audition, they don't stop the camera, reverse it, and tape over what you're screwed up. They let it run. And the casting director sees everything. Okay? So you want to ask all the questions before they turn that camera on. Be focused. Take a deep breath. I just auditioned for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. and I didn't get in. I aced both tests. And they turned the camera on, and she said, she didn't tell me beforehand, and I should have been sharper on this. It had been a long day. And she said, state your name first, last name last. I went, Tom Hofbauer. It's like, I didn't get it. Maybe that was it, maybe it was something else. Again, when I left the audition, I just gave it up. It's like, it's done. But I realized that that stumble might have cost me the audition, you never know.